Hey, get away, Alex here. I'm taking the bus from Asuncion to beautiful Buenos Aires. I already crossed the border to Paraguay walking, taking a train. This time it's a bus. So let's check it out. I'll show you how it's possible. So the video is for those of you who are looking for some alternative ways of traveling from Asuncion to Buenos Aires, or vice versa from Buenos Aires to Asuncion, and you're looking for something cheaper than a flight. Let me show you a little bit of infrastructure here at the bus station in Asuncion and guide you step by step through the voyage. So you see people are selling everything. Mate, some stuff. Sitting, chilling. Here's a charger, I guess. See, this is clean. This part is nice and clean. There the buses are arriving. So it's gonna be 4 or 5 or 6 for me. How did I find out which platform? I just went to this Sala VIP by Santaniana or La Santaniana company. I went there. There you can grab a water inside. There are also the chargers. You can charge your phone available. Just chill and wait for your bus to arrive. I also, because it was international traveling for me, I also show or present my passport just to double check if anything needed. I don't know, lady opened it, she input something in the system, maybe that was necessary, so that's why I actually arrived like almost hour before. And then I went to actual check-in. So for you to know, here you need to first register, then you need to give out your baggage right there, and then you enter. So there's like a check-in. I asked how all this gonna happen when we're crossing the border, and looks like we're gonna get off the bus to do that. Now, a couple of facts about the bus traveling here in Asuncion, or in general in Latin America. Well, around Paraguay, I took around already 4 or 5 different buses going into Paraguay, or within Paraguay, or from Paraguay. So talking about timekeeping, I noticed that the bus will arrive maybe a couple of minutes before departure. By the way, my departure was at 12 or at noon, 12 o'clock. And we were supposed to arrive at 7:40 a.m. next morning in Buenos Aires. We did arrive on time. However, the bus usually arrives to the station, so your departure will be like maybe 10-15 minutes delay. That's what happened with me all the previous times, but we were on time arriving. I'm not encouraging anybody to be late for your bus, but just always consider that there might be, so if you, for example, arriving late, there might be a couple of minutes that because the cultural thing that might save your trip. But of course, I encourage everybody to be on time. So talking about money, that cama ejecutivo, I believe like executive bed, that's how they call my seat in, or my spot in the bus, cost $55. And I bought it through the BusBut, that's the application, but you actually can go directly and buy from this site. I believe it's called Platform 10. And I noticed that they have this in Paraguay, and they also have this Platform 10 in Argentina. I believe also it functioning in Bolivia and Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, sometimes I do have problems with VPNs and playing around with switching on and off if I'm buying directly. So through the BusBut, it works every other time. If not through the application, you can try also through the actual site of this bus service right there. Meanwhile, we arrived to the border control. Alright, so we were waiting for around an hour here at the border control, and then they told us to get everything that you have with you, and I believe we need to go through the border control outside of the bus. So you take everything, including like the like food that I got and stuff. So everybody got off the bus, and then we lined up Well, there was a little bit of a puddle there, but anyway, it is what it is. Maybe we were standing in that line for around half an hour. It wasn't moving. I believe there was a little bit of a traffic there. But then once the line started moving, everything went pretty quick. Luckily, there was not that hot that day. And yeah, the experience was just like any other border control experience. And then some lady was passing by with an interesting method of carrying the stuff on the head. I have never seen this in Latin America yet. So we got one stamp in one side and basically in 2 meters on the other side. It's one only border control, again the Paraguayan side and then the Argentinian side, and then you need to scan everything that you have in this the other line. So you line up very quickly, scan your stuff or that through that metal detector, I believe, or whatever. They also were asking if we have any electronics and stuff, and yeah, looks like everybody's crazy here about electronics. They want you to pay some taxes if you bring in some. So from what I understand, if you are in Paraguay and you're buying something there, better unbox it. To summarize border passing, it took around 2 hours, the whole process, waiting and then a little bit more waiting and then actually getting your stamps. And then once we were in the bus, we got a little bit of a treat from one of the drivers. I got my non-vegetarian sandwich. There was no other option, so I decided I'm gonna take only the alfajor, and then I'm gonna give to somebody else to enjoy that amazing sandwich right there. This is just to show you how the baño or the toilet looks like. By the way, all over those buses, all the time I travel, it was written that it's only for number 1. You can use it only for number 1 option. But we didn't stop anywhere on the way during maybe 14 hours. So I don't know, and I don't believe out of what, 50-60 passengers, there's nobody, you know, sorry for the details, are allowed to do number 2, but it was also announced through the speakers by one of the drivers. Anyway, maybe you elaborate on that if you're traveling in those buses. And then we were passing Paraná River again from Argentinian city of Residencia to Corrientes. By the way, this Corrientes that you can see right now has a nice beach and the vibe of the city. Again, we just passed through it, but I had very nice vibe of the city, you know, throughout the window of the bus. It looks like it's nice, clean, people walking around, everything is super chill. If you're from there, let me know if it's really like that. But I would love to visit that Argentinian city once, or maybe, you know, a couple of times in the future. By the way, another detail that I forgot to mention, that we made a stop, the second stop, after we just depart from the bus station in Asuncion. It was right before crossing the river Paraná on the north of Asuncion. So that's maybe another traveling option for you, because we apparently pick up some people who were traveling from the north of Asuncion. So you can consider that as well. If it's easier for you, you can also use that north station in Asuncion. So 7 o'clock in the morning, we arrived to Buenos Aires. I can tell that was an easy ride. I slept pretty good. I'm ready to rock and roll here in Buenos Aires. And then as a bonus, let me show you a little bit of infrastructure at the actual bus station in Retiro here in Buenos Aires. So the first floor, it's arrivals and departures, and the second floor, it's bus ticket kiosks. And I've encountered maybe around 200 or even more than that. And not all of them, they have representation on internet, so you can consider that. If you're looking for more options, you can actually arrive here like I did once and buy your ticket directly from one of the companies. By the way, they have this navigation or the legend. You see, they kind of split them by the direction, so you can refer to that. Well, same like in Asuncion here, they have some kiosks where they selling some souvenirs and necessary for traveling stuff, some cafes and stuff. The difference is it's 2-story or has second floor, and it's much more organized and of course bigger. this bus station in Buenos Aires. You see, the second floor, it's all about those kiosks where you can buy your ticket. Station not super new, but it looks organized and it's not smelly, which is good. Also, what's great, the navigation, plenty waiting area, and in general infrastructure, great. And in case you have some questions, there's a information desk. And that's where you arrive. Estación Ónibus. A lot of things going on here. This is Retiro Station, Buenos Aires. So Retiro in general is very important transportation hub for Buenos Aires. You can check out my video about this place right here. Just be careful walking around here because it might be a little bit more dodgy if you are passing by or passing through on the way to the, let's say, metro station or catching the bus somewhere here. So I already crossed the border walking, I already crossed the border with Paraguay by train, this time by bus. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.